There's
It
a
was good. It was a good article.
I didn't even have a chance to read it all, so
Yep. Jules from Texas.
Jules.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or they might have
brother.
said Mrs. Jules. I'm not sure. It made me giggle.
Jules.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I did see that, Jules. I was like, why didn't he put Gypsy? I don't know. Anyway.
Using your last name, the last name.
Right. It's funny. But yeah, so it'll be TBA to be announced once we got a date. But after we get that first episode done and we get the website up, we're going to have, like I said, outtakes on the website. We're going to have all kinds of different things on the website. We're also I'm not sure if we'll be streaming anything from the website unless we end up we were talking about maybe making a YouTube channel as well. So it's
nice.
possible to have outtakes on there as well. I'm not sure yet.
Awesome.
But it's just a lot to do, and it's all happened so fast. It's still in the works, I should say. Just really how fast our producers can get the job done, so we will see. Hopefully it won't be over 3 to 4 weeks, but we will see.
You just never knew.
Yeah.
Never know, because things come up, you get busy, other stuff gets busy. Hopefully everything works out and you guys get it out relatively soon. But hey, we can find out here when it's gonna be going live.
Yeah. And hopefully by the time we release the first one, we'll already have had that second one. We will definitely have had that second one filmed and have that second one edited, so it's ready to release quickly after.
Awesome.
Is the plan. So we shall see.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to hear about it. I'm excited.
Oh, thank you. And we've got some really good camera people on the next episode, so we'll have more camera people. Having that third camera person, I think, is going to really make a difference, because when you do have 3 people that are treasure hunting, it's hard to holler over, and the other one may not hear you to say, hey, I found something, so we can all come running and share in the excitement. But
so you guys using walkie-talkies or anything like that?
Not yet. Or
two-ways?
We haven't gotten any yet. That's something that we need to probably put in the budget that we haven't gotten yet, because we had to get a lot of stuff this first time out with the budget. And but hey, at least we've got a budget right now.
Sure, that's true. Very true.
And
it's more than what I've got. Like I said, for those that don't have a big budget and want to get into treasure hunting, if you're around an area that has water, go and look for broken glass, broken pottery. The beaches, if you're near any of those, you have the potential of sea glass. Beach combing, you never know what you'll find. And that's technically, you don't need the machinery, you don't need, anything besides your eyes and a bag. So.
Or if you can locate an old dump, go digging in the dump. I find more stuff in the dump sometimes.
Yeah. Been given advice on how to find old dumps. I'm like, oh yeah. And then was it like
most dumps I've ever found were near a creek and a river, and I've always looked for where the old bridges used to be, and there's almost always an old dump.
Almost always, or buried in the muck.
Yep.
In the muck,
Yepers.
Which is what I'm doing. In the muck. which is a little different. I kind of freaked myself out, I think, one of the last few times because I'm like, you don't really know what's in those bottles you're pulling up, and then I'm shaking it, and I'm
No,
like, oh,
you
I'm gonna
got
end up wearing it.
yeah, that stinky stuff that
Ugh,
you dump it out, and it's got that rancid. Yes,
it's so bad.
smells awful. Right?
But I'm like, yeah, I'm like, well, I could be digging it at a dump, and still you're basically touching it and whatever. I'm like, whatever. Fully in the water with it. I'm like, oh, please. But then I was like, whatever. It is what it is. I'm seeing like 9 million fish swim around me, a couple leeches. I'm like, oh, well, things are surviving, so it's not, that
Leeches
stuff's
too.
here.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Leeches too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was telling John I was basically playing a game with one. I'm wearing a full suit from my ankles to my neck to my wrists because I knew originally that there were leeches in it, and I just didn't want that. So this all of a sudden I looked down and I'm like, yeah, you're not going to get in. It was like around my thigh, and I grabbed it, and
Yeah.
like, he obviously wasn't on me. I'm wearing swimming pants, and I threw it. And like I'm doing some stuff, like I'd seen it. It went pretty far down the river, and then all of a sudden I see him underneath me again. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Probably a different one, but whatever. We're gonna say it went for a ride and came back. So I did it again. I scooped him up and threw him. I'm like, seriously,
Oh yeah.
5 to 7 minutes, and I'm still doing stuff. I'm looking down. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? What are you?" It came back, and so they can look really long, like an eel, and then they like
Yeah.
can get really small and squat. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So one of my strainers, the sifter, he can't get through.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't seem
Oh.
that he doesn't seem that he can fit through the screen. So I like would scoop him and like get gone. But yeah,
Funny.
I'm like, it's the first one I've seen in a while, and then yeah, a lot of little
Yeah.
minnows.
Huh. I've never really dealt with leeches too much. I remember I've got a video. It's pretty old, probably about 4 years old, maybe even more. Maybe like 5. I was hunting in a creek, um, and I remember I was doing some shallow water hunting, and I remember going down with the pinpointer and then coming up, and there was this leech crawling on my pinpointer. So I remember filming it, and yeah, it was gross. I was just thankful that it wasn't on me. Then I might have done a little dance jig out in the
No, and I had gotten a couple on my arms from doing the same thing at the same place, and that's why I went and I got like the bathing suit I've got, and the swim pants I got
Yeah.
were for this river. Like they were
Ah.
for the fact that I knew that there were leeches in there, and I'm like, yep, I'm gonna get this. But at the same time, it's really good because it's that like resistant, so it's like can keep if there's that duck itch or any of the stuff on the water, like it can keep it
Uh-huh.
from giving you rashes and whatnot. So
Good.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
I
Huh.
mean, I don't go and to dig the dump and sit in the river and then get out and hang out in the suit and everything. I'm like, all right. The point is like get in, get out, and then get hosed off or jump in the shower. I'm like, I'm not going to sit around with that because you can smell it too. Like when you're playing in rivers and stuff, they have that certain scent. Um,
Oh yeah,
so I'm
for
like, yeah,
sure.
it's gotta go.
Mm.
It's gotta go. So it was a good reminder though. I need to put like a bag and a towel in my truck because this last time I forgotten a towel and it didn't dry off in time, and I'm like, I don't want to drive in the truck I'm gonna soak it and it's gonna smell, and yeah, well, had to do it anyway. I'm like, oh, pain in my ass. Like, how do I not have a bag in the back? I have like 9 million bags usually of different things, different finds. I'm like, there's nothing I can dump out. There was no bags. I'm like, I cleaned out my truck pretty good a couple weeks ago. Like for
Wow.
the downfall to myself though for doing it. Like for the
Oh
future
man.
reference, this is why I don't clean my truck out. So you have that stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I need to clean mine out because when I was filming, I ended up right before I left. Y'all know I have my Toyota FJ that I got specifically because I call it, my gypsy wagon, because sometimes we're out metal detecting those places where it starts pouring down rain, and then, you're in a muddy mess and you have to go up, climb down these little dirt roads sometimes to get to the areas where you're hunting and stuff. And so right before I left, I had a flat on my back tire, which I was about the week before going to get new tires on the back anyway. Well, anyway, long story short, I ended up getting it. I was able to get it plugged before I left, and then ended up getting new tires while I was gone. I had to drop it off while we were filming, and luckily, one of my metal detecting friends up there, he took care of it for me, and I was able to get 2 new tires on the back, but it was really nice because he owns this dealership, and he cleaned the outside of my car for me, and it looked so shiny and clean and new. It was really nice. But the inside's still a mess. It's time to clean it out, But it looked really good for filming, but it didn't get in the filming this time. But maybe the next episode, because it was being worked on. But now I feel safer with my travels because I don't have the big mud tires on there anymore. It's all the same type of tire now. They don't make a lot of noise, and it's better on gas too now. So, but the good thing is I still got, I've got the 4-wheel drive. Those places, it was last time when I was in Arkansas, it had rained on us, and I had red mud still all over my car. So, sure nice to get it cleaned.
Yeah. Mine is not. The outside, so we're reversed. The outside of my truck is a disaster. The inside is, I'm like, oh, look, it's actually clean.
Oh, well, I'm hoping I'll have time this week before I need to do it, I guess. Well, maybe I should do it if I do get to go hunting Saturday morning. Maybe I should do it after. I don't know.
Or not at all, and just let it wait till the next time.
Oh, no.
You're already doing enough adulting.
Oh, gosh. It's really tough opening up another business and in the midst of trying to film and, other adulting stuff too. You know how that goes. But it'll all work out. I'm excited. There's some great, fantastic things. Something I haven't mentioned yet, I'd go ahead and mention on here, but I've got another project I'm working on. Yeah, and I am going to be getting my tickets probably tomorrow. I'm going to be going to Roatan Island.
Nice.
So I'm super stoked about that as well. I'll be leaving on the 10th, so we'll probably have to figure out while I'm gone. I'll be gone a week, and in next month. I fly out on the 10th, and I haven't. I'll book the flight tomorrow, so I haven't. Sweet. I'm not sure when the exact date I'll be back, but I should be flying out of Dallas, and it's another metal detecting, treasure hunting, film adventure. Sweet. For something else. It's not for this show, and so I'm really excited about it.
You're a busy bee.
it's beginning to be crazy busy. But I got to see one of the camera guys work this week. I had a meeting with him, and oh my gosh, he has this show. Y'all might be able to look it up. It's called Boondock.
Boondock.
Or